Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Like, share, subscribe.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you, and I think I have to listen, because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day. My beginning will be as bright as the sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so bright, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me it's right.
Neighbors and the
When you
community
came to me,
compelled to
who are
scour
you?
the area.
It's you, yeah, boy.
Where does the fault lie on you?
Hey family, how is everybody doing? I know my screen is all just discombobulated, but I had to jump on here real quick, and I was letting you guys know that as soon as I got ready to come live, I had got this disturbing text message that said that my card is being used, and I'm like, no. So I called the bank, and they were like, they're using your card right now. And I'm like, no, I have my card right here. And they were shutting down my card as we were getting ready to hit the button on that. But nevertheless, when it rains, it pours. That's all I got to say about today. It's been a crazy day. And it's crazy. She said, I'm good, just finished walking. All right. Come on, you guys. We're going to talk about the Naziah Harris case and information. I am going to put up here an invitation, because it's a panel, and you guys can get on the panel if you like. Let me put it in here. And we can have this conversation about, all the things that people have heard, what you believe, what you think, what do you think's going on. I kind of want to stay on this case, because when we jump around to this and that, we are still looking at the young lady that left her kids at home, her 3 kids at home for the last 4 or 5 years. Yeah, but I do want to keep the light on Naziah Harris because you never know, um, you know, all the information. There's other channels out there that's streaming that family members call in on, that has did interviews with, that that knows some of the things that we don't know, you know. Hey Clarissa, how you doing? So if you guys want to, there's the invitation right there. That's all you have to do is just click it on that and call it a good thing. But I'm just kind of like, what the heck is going on? What is going on? Yeah. Anybody got anything that they want to come up and let me make sure I don't know if I can pin that or let me see. Nope. Let me see if I can come this way and pin it. Let me see. Because sometimes I can pin it. Really? Don't. I'm trying to see if I can pin it. So you guys, if you want to come up on the StreamYard and talk about the case, because I had a couple of people that had information and they were relaying to me the information that I haven't spoke on, and they were hearing recently some information. So yeah, it's crazy, crazy. Yeah. So anyway, we do want justice for Naziah, but will she get justice, you guys? I don't know. Will she get justice? I mean, there's just people out in this world to do what they want to do. They don't care about when people do whatever they do and then they get caught, they want to cry. She said, we hope she get justice. Exactly. But is Jarvis Butt the only one that is, he's the main predator, but I look at it like this. Like, say for instance, it says does not. Okay, we got somebody that came up here. Let's see. Okay, let's put you on up there. What's going on, Zan? Zan?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. We hear you breathing. Yeah.
Can you hear me, SP?
Yes.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I don't think she can hear me, but I can hear her. Zan? Zan? Are you there? I'm waiting. We could hear her talking. Yeah, she has an echo, but I mean, shoot, I could hear her. You know? Okay, she done exit out. I don't know why, it's so hard for you guys to come on the panel, but maybe she gonna call in. Maybe I just call her. Maybe I just call her. Oh, hold on. She's trying to come back on. Okay, I hear you.
SP, can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. See, I thought you cursed me.
Girl, I was getting ready. I had just called your phone.
I'm right here.
Okay, what's on your mind?
Okay. Little not getting good reception here. Yeah, I can hear you just fine, SP.
I can hear you really well. So what's on your mind? She says she can hear me, and then she don't say anything. I don't know. Zan, are you there? I don't know, you guys. She says she got really good reception. Okay, so anyway, so Naziah, you guys, let's try this again. It says it's not connected. I don't know. She's trying. See, I think you guys can hear when you get up on that panel. I think you guys can hear really well. But, you know. We're going to try one more time. She's popping in, and then it just leaves. She's popping in. She's got something that she wants to share with you guys, and she wants you guys to be able to hear her. So, we decided to have this open panel. But, let me see. Zan?
Okay, can you hear me, SP?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes. We can hear you.
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes. Zan, we can hear you.
Hello.
Zan, we can hear you. Oh, I called her Zan.
I can't
I
hear.
can't hear.
Can't hear
Can't
very
hear very
clearly.
clearly.
You can't
You
hear
can't
me.
hear me.
Or is she reading my text? Is what I got to say. Is she reading my text? Because I can hear her. She said it keeps kicking her off. Okay. So, let me just call her. Let me just call her.
Hello.
I can hear you. I'm sitting there saying, yeah, I can hear you. We can hear you. But you couldn't hear.
I couldn't hear you.
Okay. Share with us what you. Well, see, that's why I was telling you, like, we have to start doing that panel. But y'all phones be doing the most.
I think it's my Wi-Fi.
I don't know. So what you think? You think Naziah is gonna get a fair trial?
Well, this is what I think. Um, I've been perusing the YouTube streets and just trying to collect as much information on this case as I was able to. And so I was on another creator's site the other night, and while I was on there, and they were sharing the information that they had a call in, an unexpected call in. And the person represented themselves as Naziah's cousin that was calling in. It was a female.
This was last night?
No, this was the night before last.
Okay, a couple of nights ago. Okay. Okay.
And she said that one of the things she said is that there are indictments about to come out, and that one of the people that's about to get indicted is Shannon.
How did she get this information?
I guess she got it through the family.
That Shannon's gonna get indicted?
That Shannon, that they are trying to indict Shannon, yes.
Okay.
And that the indictments would be coming down very soon is what she said. She says that Shannon has more to do with this than we know. And that the other thing she told the creator was that she had a video that she was supposed to send to the creator that she was speaking with of Naziah, one of her cousins, which would either be one of, what's her name, Marietta, Marzetta?
Marquita?
Whatever, Marquita, her.
Okay.
It was either one of Marquita, it was either Marquita's daughter or the other one's daughter. I don't know who has the oldest daughter.
Okay, so Marquita's daughter is not by Jarvis, but Shannon's kids is by Jarvis.
All of them?
All of Shannon's kids is by Jarvis.
Okay, well, and you asked me where she got this information, and it just dawned on me. She said she got the information from Naziah's mother.
Oh, okay.
She said that there were three little girls at the shop on this particular evening, and it was Naziah and one of Naziah's cousins and another little girl. that was one of their friends. She didn't really specify if it was a friend of Naziah's or a friend of Naziah's cousin.
Mm-hmm.
But the third little girl happened to have her phone in her hand and was recording this interaction. She went on to say that this video, you can only see a little, but you can see Jarvis and you can see King, and you can very clearly hear them asking the three young ladies to have a threesome with them.
This was at that party.
I don't know.
King, see, you know what? Remember when I said King got more to do with this? He wasn't just sitting there like, oh, let's take her home because she ran out of gas in the car, or we had to go pick up parts. I mean, you know, pedophiles know pedophiles. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Right.
they wasn't just picking up parts. They were gonna go pick her up.
Yeah.
I believe.
Definitely was a part of it.
And I think King was doing his little same thing too, and that's why he looking all stupid, like, oh, he's sitting there in front of Jarvis talking about, I don't see him in the courtroom.
Yeah. So he was definitely a part of it, according to the cousin. She said that she called CPS several times and told them what was going on when she initially found out about it prior to Naziah missing, and once Naziah was missing.
Mm-hmm.
So she said she did try to make somebody aware, and that nobody was following up on the cases. Yeah. So that's the tea that I have.
Did they say anything
sorry,
else?
yeah.
Did they say anything else about King?
No, other than he was a part of this.
Yeah.
But she didn't say anything else about King that I was listening to. The only other tea that I heard was, and I think I shared this with you, was that Jarvis' brother is saying that Jarvis is not the one that unalived Naziah. That this was something joint that him and Shannon had talked about, and it was at this point when Shannon confronted Naziah and asked her who the baby's daddy was, that when she said it belonged to Jarvis, they're saying that Shannon snapped and like started attacking Naziah. The brother is saying that prior to Shannon attacking her, prior to her even getting brought home, that Jarvis had given her something to drink that was mixed with antifreeze, and that it had made her sick. So she was already feeling sickly when she walked in the house. She had been spitting up and, was kind of weak. And so when Shannon jumped on her, she really didn't even try to fight back. And that Shannon overdid it. And when she realized that she had went too far, she called Jarvis to help her clean it up.
But the girl was seen walking down the street. And remember, they picked her up and she went back to the shop. And remember, after they went to the shop, they had to drop the Jaguar off. So she went with them. And remember that family member a car that King was fixing, his baby's grandmother's car,
Right.
said that the girl was sitting there with them. So that,
Right.
okay,
So that would say that could be during the time that Jervis gave her the antifreeze.
after they dropped the car off. I mean, she said they sit there for, you know, 30 minutes to an hour or two. That's what she went and said, an hour or two. She went from 30 minutes to an hour or two. And it said the girl just sat there and played with her little nephew or cousin or something at the house.
They didn't go into details as to times or anything. They just said that Jarvis had given the young lady something to drink, and it had antifreeze in it in an attempt to unalive the baby, and then he took her home. And she was very sick, like throwing up, spitting up. And she went home, and that's when her and Shannon had a run-in, and Shannon confronted her about being pregnant and whose baby it was, and she said Jarvis.
But how is that? Because remember, Jarvis went to his fiance's house and got her car, and remember the glasses was found in the back seat of the girlfriend's car.
Okay, but I'm saying that the way that the brother is telling the story,
yeah,
he says that Jarvis and them dropped Naziah back off at Shannon's house, that Shannon ended up jumping on the young lady and went too far, and then when the young lady was unresponsive, she called Jarvis to come back.
Oh.
Help her to clean up the mess. Get rid of the whatever.
I don't know because remember he done got a room. He went and picked up this different car.
Right. I mean, I don't know. I'm just telling you what they said. And at this point, I just have an open mind.
Right.
Nothing would surprise me.
Elula.
They're saying that Shannon was offered a deal to testify against Jarvis. And Annette was offered a deal to testify against Jarvis.
Right.
The problem with that is going to be that if you accepted a deal saying that you had nothing to do with the unaliving, and then they come to find out that you might have played a bigger part in this than you said, that would make the deal null and void.
Right.
So maybe that's how they're working on these indictments.
Elula, I think her name is Eula sister. What is that? Eula. Yeah, she's right. That wasn't his fiance. That was his ex-girlfriend. One of his kids' baby's mama. Was it one of his kids' baby mama?
Is that whose car he had?
Yeah, one of his exes. Though she had a 2-year-old with him, yeah, the fiance didn't have kids. Right. Thank you. Elula, sister. Eula. Yeah, man. But do you think Naziah's gonna get Justice?
Any justice?
Because
I think that justice would, it depends on what you think justice looks like for this case.
Mm-hmm. Well,
personally, I believe that justice would look like not only Jarvis going to jail, but King, if it's proven that he was involved in any type of debauchery, and Shannon and possibly Annette. To me, that's what justice would look like. If only he goes to jail, I don't feel like that serves justice.
see,
Because there were adults that were there and were responsible and were negligent.
Shannon, I mean, the grandmother, she probably had good intentions in, adopting this kid and other kids that's her kids and grandkids, and but the only thing I see is that everybody acting like they didn't know. Everybody acting like, we didn't know. We don't know this. We didn't know that. We didn't know this. We didn't know that. And they were saying she's a good girl. She didn't run away. She didn't have behavior problems. She wasn't getting kicked out of school and, dumping classes and stuff like that. But she would walk up and down the street. But, when they had that one party and some girl said that, they wanted to play who wanted to give blowjobs to him. Like, it was like, yeah, me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where was the adults? And one little girl told, we don't know what little girl told, but trust and believe, when he goes to court, they may not going to show us the little girl's face or whatever, but that was a lot of red flags for you to not know, there's never a time to say it's too late to stop putting these kids around a grown man of that nature. You know his history, then you've got a kid saying, hey, he's doing some stuff, or he did some stuff, or he was at this party. Then remember when the one guy said, the father, Naziah's father, said that Annette asked him, was he the one that was up at the school with the white truck? And he said no. And then he said Annette started crying. Well, everybody keeps calling his Escalade, and I told everybody, all Escalades are not SUVs. There's Escalade trucks. And some people get it, some people don't get it. But people just look at them as a truck, but it's still an Escalade. So she should have known he was even going up to the school. I guarantee you, when they go to court, I guarantee you they're going to show him showing up at that school. I guarantee it. I could put any amount of money on it. I guarantee they're going to show this man in the Escalade truck showing up at her school for her. And Naziah said it was her daddy. And when she probably said her daddy, she probably said it in oh, that was my daddy, knowing that maybe Annette not going to say nothing, saying, well, maybe her dad did stop by and see her or such and such. But when she asked him, Annette knew. Annette knew. Right, his had the bed on it. Yeah, Jarvis' truck did. Okay. Because I haven't got to see what his truck looked like, but like a lot of people think that Escalades, because I had an Escalade, and I'm very familiar with them, but you know, they had the SUVs, but they have Escalade trucks, which are cute, and you know, anyway, um, mm. So do you think, you know what I would like to see though, because uh, for this to go on for years and years, and now you know we don't know where this child is at, this baby, this young lady, we don't know where she's
Right.
at. Um, if they start, uh, you know, sitting the people that is responsible for the young child, you know, then I can see there will be some justice. But just Jarvis go to jail, okay, you had to do a lot to end up where we're at now, where we don't know
Right.
where she's at. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely do, Esprit.
And
And I
it,
agree with you.
nobody showing no emotion. They sitting there mad, talking about I don't know and I wonder. You know, you know, I just don't get it. Where people harming these kids, and the people that were supposed to have the kids, even though Jarvis was the last person with her, and King, that's where you need to start at. But Annette, you know,
What about Annette?
well, you know, there's something funny about her story. First of all,
Okay.
when they asked her was she at the house, if the young lady gets home no later than 3:35, 3:10, was you at home? And she says when she answered the question, she kind of deflected and she said, I was there, but I had to go, you know, run some errands. And then I went and picked up the other kids. So when I got home, she hadn't been there. You know, that's a
Oh, yeah,
problem.
you made that look like
That
a
I'm
run away.
Yeah, if you really pay attention to how she answered the question, she made sure she wasn't there. She said, I was there, but I left. I had some things I had to do. Okay, if you know that this girl gets home at 10, 10, 5, 10, 10, whatever, you know, and this is just people that normally have kids or took care of their grandkids and made sure, you know what you do? You be at home at those times. Whatever you got to do, you don't just, oh, they know to come home. Well, Shannon was there at the house. And then Shannon sat there and say, she never did show up. Okay, I understand that too. But when you have kids that's getting off a bus, 9 times out of 10, you at home, you're looking down the streets. Even if they're old enough to walk home by themselves a block, a half a block, or whatever, you're looking, you're watching. Because you know how kids get to playing and people will pull up and say something like, have you guys seen a little puppy? Or you want some candy or something? So you're watching. Even if you can see from the corner, you're still watching. Who's ever at home waiting for that kid to come home? If you're not picking them up and putting eyes on them as soon as you see them, as soon as they get off the bus, you're watching. And so I don't understand how she got up right before this young lady was supposed to be getting off the bus, which I think she did get off the bus, but Annette wasn't there. Brand said, but why did she get off the bus that day and go the other way? She was probably like, hey, she probably did do it. But
It's sad. It's a very sad case.
So what do you think about the motel that Jarvis went and got? The motel room.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's where he had her to drink the antifreeze or what. I don't know if he had plans on, doing something inappropriate with her, not expecting her to get sick, or what. I really don't know. I'm very undecided about that part, SP.
So, and I'm usually not hard, but on this case, just saying everybody let this young lady down, I believe that this is just crazy. This is crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
Like, how can you have a 13-year-old and not pay attention to her whole mannerism? When she has a period, when she's, when she's, like staying to herself, or, walking up and down the street. Why you're not letting her do school activities like volleyball or singing in a choir or something or whatever, So yeah, Eula's sister says, how do we know anyone if she drunk whatever that date? Well, we don't know because we don't know where she's at. We just don't know. But I believe that when they said that they know for a fact that she was pregnant, then they know for a fact she was pregnant. They know. I believe that when she got off that bus, she went the other direction and they picked her up. All that right there as came out. They picked her up and they took her back to the shop. She was still alive then. Then they went to go drop off this Jaguar. And that was the last time that anybody seen her. Now, I don't know how Shannon could come into the situation. Do you believe Shannon did something? Because that's all y'all hearing is Shannon.
Do I believe Shannon did something?
Yeah.
I believe there's a good chance that she played a bigger part than we're aware of.
Yeah. I think, I don't know, but with him got that girl in the car and her glasses in the back seat, she could have been sick or she could have been hiding.
Right.
Shannon could have ran up on him or something,
I definitely believe that she played a much bigger part than we've been made aware of.
But remember, when they left, when they dropped the Jaguar off and sat there for a couple hours, because, okay, she got off the bus at 3. Or 3:10, 3:15. And then Jarvis and King picked her up and took her to the shop, which is 45 minutes. So you might as well say it's 4 o'clock. Then they were there for a little while because they was working on a car or something, whatever. You say about 30 minutes or whatever, because the one girl was there. Then they had to go drop off the Jaguar. So that's a 45-minute drive. So you looking at 4 o'clock, 4:30. Now you're looking at close to 5 o'clock. She said they sat there for about, everybody's giving these broad 30 minutes to 2 hours. there's no 30 minutes to 2 hours. You know, kind of the time. But remember, King was worried about going back because he had a tether on him. So he had to make it back before 9. So it's 5 o'clock, and now you guys sit there for 2 hours. So now it's 7 o'clock. It gets dark. What time did we say it got dark there on that day? Was it 5:45 when the sun set?
I believe so because it is currently. Let's see.
And the girl on the stand said it was still light outside.
Right. So it's currently 4:20 where you're at. It's 5:20 where I'm at. And I want to say that Detroit is on the same time you were on.
Okay.
And so, with that being said,
the sister was at the shop around 4:30. So, if the sister was at the shop around 4:30, and then if they leave from right then to drop off the Jaguar, they said it's a 45-minute drive. So around about 5:15, they there to drop off the Jaguar. They there for 2 hours. Because remember something about the money was messed up or whatever, and they had to go to some ATM to get some money. They didn't have enough money or something. So you're looking at 2 hours. So 5:15. They said the girl sat there right by the TV. 5:15, 6:15, 7:15. And then they must have went back to the shop. Or they didn't have to go back to the shop. Cause didn't King have his car, and they could have went and picked up the ex-girlfriend's car at that time? Cause King could have went. I don't know if King went all the way home. 7:15. He have to be in by 9:30. Right?
right. But also, I would say that I just lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. I would say that I would definitely say that the scenario that the brother offered is quite possible. Now, I'm not saying it's 100%, but I'm saying that it is possible.
Yeah, around about 5:19, the sun started going down. 5:45, it's completely dark. But remember,
Right.
the lady said it was still light outside. She said that.
But that was when that's when they took the car back, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, but there's still, like, we don't know what happened after that.
No, we don't.
Like, if he took her to the motel and whatever could have transpired, and during that time he could have given her something to drink. She could have got sick from it, and he took her home, and we don't know. We don't know how the rest of the night went.
It's starting to make sense, though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just the basics, but it's starting to make sense. Like, to me, I'm gonna say They went to drop the car off, and then around about 7 o'clock, they went to go pick up. So what time did the young lady say they came and picked up the car from her?
Was that the same day?
Yes. Yes, the same day.
I don't know why. I thought that was the next day.
She said 2 times. He picked up the car and brought the car back that morning about 10 or something. And then she said she loaned him the car again.
Okay, so then he could have possibly went and got the car when Shannon called and said something went wrong. And then he could have took it back that morning and then borrowed the car again to, get rid of whatever.
So you think Shannon's taking a plea deal and he just ain't saying nothing?
Well, we really haven't gotten much of him saying anything yet.
Oh, he had an interview.
Right, I know he had the interview, but at the time, I don't think he seriously thought that they were going to charge him.
Okay. Okay.
And so now that he's charged and that Shannon and Annette were given some type of deal to tell on him, I think it's going to be a matter of, now that they've charged him, when he speaks now, let's see what he has to say.
Shoot, if they give him a lot of years like they did on Corey Bigsby, give him 167 years, I would be telling if Shannon beat that girl to death.
Exactly.
I would be saying, I might have done something and you can give me 10 to 20 years, but you're not going to give me no 160 some years when I ain't got nothing to do with it. I would tell what Shannon did. I would say, okay, can we make a deal that, okay, I'm going to do 20 years or 10 years or something, and I'll tell you who all involved, and I'm pretty sure Mama know. I mean Grandma know, and that hurts me a lot because grown folks should know better. They just should, and I can't have no grace on that because it's a little girl, and she was groomed, and they allowed it to happen, and continue to let it happen until now we're there.
Right.
So they're not arguing that he had a relationship with Naziah. They're not arguing that. They're trying to just argue that he didn't, unalive her. See, I hate for people to walk away knowing that they have. And see, we may not know the whole story. It may be something totally different. We don't know. But I can say that grandmother, she can't sit there and act like she did not know something.
Right.
And she just acting like she just oblivious to everything. But she can sure cuss up a storm while you're praying, can't she? That told us a lot right there, and then gonna say the kids like having breakfast at school.
Yeah, I've yet to know a child that enjoyed breakfast at school.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll eat it because they're hungry, but I've never known a child that was just so excited to have it.
Yeah, she made it sound like, shoot, that's what it is. And school was her babysitter.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that, SP.
Because when I seen them kids gather around, put their hands together, I'm not saying everything that she was teaching them was bad, but, I mean, it's just like you get a dirty spoon that's in poop or in the mud or whatever, out the trash, and then you go put your spoon and a pot of spaghetti. No, you know, bad is bad. Like you can't clean it up by saying, "Oh, we pray," and we, you know what I'm saying, like, and you cussing at them at the same time. That showed me a lot of her character. You know.
Yes.
So,
Totally agree.
you know, Marquita was Jarvis's girlfriend first,
Right.
and then they said they share everything. So,
And that to me is a little sick.
see, that's why I couldn't see Shannon being so mad and angry because he's got all these other kids everywhere else.
But maybe it was not so much that it because he had another girl pregnant, but because of who it was
Yeah,
that he got pregnant.
yeah, that makes a difference. I would tell on her to cause what good for her. We believe it's more people involved. Brand said we believe it's more people involved. Oh, I think King's involved. I think Shannon's involved. And I think Annette's involved. I sure do. But, I mean, how much involvement? I can't see the grandma hurting the child. I can't see that. I can see her allowing it to happen because Shannon's her child. See what I'm saying? I mean, I love my grandkids, but my kids are my kids. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't decide if I love my grandkids more than my kids. I don't know. I've never thought of it. But my grandchild is my kids. So they would want me to love their child, you know. But
Right.
I think it's just even. I don't know. He just, I don't know. You know what though? I do believe that King probably played a bigger role than what they saying. Like maybe he took that tether off and he was, involved. Cause just because you have a tether on don't mean nothing. You can slide out of that tether. You can,
Right. Right.
you know?
Right.
I mean, was he at home playing a game or was he online or something? Or, you know? But I think King is who they need to probably shake up since he think he's so suave. But he looks like a predator too. He just do.
Yeah.
You couldn't tell me that you pushed the truck to the pump when you got an auto shop and you just wouldn't just go next door or whatever with the gas can. Why would you push? Well, you could, start seeing the pictures and stuff. It was just right there, but still, yeah. You know what I mean? I just think King plays a bigger role, and I think if King opened his mouth, if they try to give King trying to act like he this, type of person, like I don't see him in the courtroom. I'ma stick to my guns no matter what nobody say. No, bro, you will start singing like a bird if they give you 120 years and say you did it. Then now you can remember. Now you can remember everything that you couldn't remember before.
Right.
And that's how they got to do that. Because Shannon and them, they gonna stick to what they're saying, which don't make no sense. Y'all didn't know the girl was having sexual intercourse with this big grown man, and she was using Shannon's phone every time when she reached out to him, you know. So even if grandmas were like, no, I took the tablet. Okay, you took the tablet. So how was she contacting him? And contacting him all the time. Contacting him all the time. Whose phone was it? It was Shannon's phone, but Shannon's like, I didn't see none of that. Girl, if you don't stop. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because even though you delete a message or whatever, you will still be inquisitive about what's being done on your phone. And just like if I want to see what my husband's doing, he can do whatever he wants, but he don't know that one button shows me every app or everything he done looked at. You know?
What? Oh yeah.
And I don't even trip about it. Anyway, I like talking to you, Zan. I wish next.
And I enjoy talking to you too, SP. I just hate that I couldn't get up on the StreamYard like I would have liked to.
I hate it too, girl. Cause you shoot, if you would have got on there, I got the little thing on there, I would have been showing my face.
Yeah, I hate that I wasn't able to get on StreamYard, but hopefully next time.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm going to call you.
Let somebody else, give someone else a chance.
Yeah, I'm going to call you in a minute.
Okay, sweetheart.
Alrighty.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So, you guys, Zan was sharing with you guys what all she had gathered in the last couple of days. We want to stay in, hear all the information that comes in, whether, like not somebody else's commentary, but if somebody called in, if a family member spoke or something or said something, we want to hear it. We want to know what they said. Whether we believe what they said or not believe what they said. Like, as far as the brother said, Shannon beat her up and da-da-da. I don't know if I can go with that part. I don't know. But the family member called in to a channel and said, hey, there's more indictments coming. That's some good information. Saying that maybe Shannon took a plea deal, to say what she said. Well, you can't get on the stand and start lying. And they didn't say nothing. They didn't ask her no questions to incriminate herself. But this was not a trial, you guys. This was just the preliminaries. This was not the trial. This is to see if it's the charges. Now the charges is there. Anyway, you guys, I want to share a little bit more information on something else before I get off here. I'm going to get off here real soon. I want you guys to know, if you were following the case on the case we just got through covering with my goodness, the everybody that was in Atlanta. Man, my mind is somewhere else, because as soon as I get off here, I'm gonna have to call the police and make a police report. But they went back to court again because no, not Diane Harris, but the rapper, you guys. Let me go through my thing and I'll tell you what I'm trying to say. See, that's what I said. I can go through my stuff and see where I've been. Young Thug, he was back in court, you guys. Thank you, Woke to God. He was back in court, and if you guys look, he was back in court, and what they were saying is, let me see here. Hold on. Let me put it on there. They said he's filed a motion here and canceled. He was filing a motion and it was canceled But he was back in court trying to get where he can go back. He wants his cars back. He wants his property back. He wants his money back, YSL. He wants all of that back. And so we will talk about Young Thug, but the motion that they had filed, it was canceled. And Shannon, that is on the YSL, he was there. And yeah, they said, let me see. Young Thug allowed to travel through Atlanta airport. Young Thug allowed to visit Atlanta's home starting in 2027 if he does this. So now I guess he can come back to Atlanta. He don't have to wait 10 years. He can go back to Atlanta in 3 years. And just for you guys to know, I be listening to everything, but Young Thug said something about his wife. And people say, wife? Hold on, SP, where did you hear that? He said his wife. So I don't know if he married the mad scientist or whatever her name is. She's the scientist. Her name is starts with an M. Her name, Miranda the scientist. I don't know if he married her or not, but anyway, the wife came out of Young Thug's mouth. I just want you guys to know. So once we get some, facts covered on that, I'll share with you. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to get off of here. We're going to have an open panel next Wednesday. Maybe I'll be in a better mood. Just a lot of stuff is happening today. But thank you guys for showing up. Make sure you hit the like button as you go out. And please subscribe. We'll come on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 3 p.m. Central Time. All right, you guys. Be good.